You're about to spend your hard-earned money on a TV that you'll stare at for years. And I almost helped you make the wrong choice. See, I was ready to recommend the obvious winner between these two budget mini LED TVs until I discovered something that completely flipped my recommendation. The TCL QM6K and Hisense U7N both promise premium mini LED performance for under $1,000. But one has a hidden flaw that could ruin your viewing experience, while the other has a secret advantage that nobody's talking about. I've spent weeks digging through customer complaints, warranty claims, and real-world testing to uncover the truth. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which TV will make you happy with your purchase for years to come, and which one might leave you with buyer's remorse. Trust me, this decision is bigger than you think. If you're looking for the best deal on either of these, I've included updated links in the description, so check those out for the latest prices and availability. Let me start with something that surprised me during my research. Both TVs look premium for their price point, but the devil's in the details. The TCL QM6K actually feels more refined. The bezels are thinner, the stand is more stable, and multiple verified buyers mentioned it looks more expensive than it is. The Hisense U7N isn't ugly by any means, but several customers noted the stand feels a bit wobbly, especially on the 75-inch model. One Reddit user even mentioned having to be extra careful when adjusting the TV because of this. Both TVs have standard VESA mounting options, so if you're wall mounting, this becomes less of an issue. Here's where it gets interesting. The TCL is slightly lighter, 37.8 pounds for the 65-inch versus the Hisense's bulkier build. If you're moving apartments or rearranging furniture, you'll appreciate this difference. So, for overall design and build, the TCL is the clear winner. This is where I had to dig really deep because both TVs use mini LED technology, but they approach it completely differently. After analyzing RTIng's data and hundreds of customer reviews, here's what actually matters in real-world use. The Hisense hits about 1,500 nits of HDR brightness. That's significantly brighter than the TCL's 1,000 nits. In a bright living room with lots of windows, this difference is night and day. One Best Buy reviewer specifically mentioned watching HDR movies during afternoon sunlight and being amazed by how vibrant everything looked on the U7N. But here's the plot twist. The TCL has something called quantum dot technology that the Hisense lacks. This means more accurate colors, especially in the green spectrum. Multiple expert reviews noted that while the Hisense gets brighter, the TCL's colors are more true to life out of the box. Local dimming is where things get technical. The Hisense U7N has up to 768 zones on the 85-inch model compared to TCL's up to LD500 system. More zones typically mean better contrast control, and several customers mentioned the Hisense has deeper blacks in movie scenes. However, and this is a big however, I found multiple reports of the Hisense having quality control issues. Some users experienced blooming around bright objects or smearing in dark scenes. The TCL seems more consistent, though it's a newer model, so long-term data is limited. The winner of this round depends on your room. Hisense U7N for bright rooms and HDR content, TCL QM6K for color accuracy and consistency. Here's something that could make or break your decision if you have a family. I analyzed customer feedback specifically about viewing angles, because this affects everyone who doesn't sit directly in front of the TV. The QM6K clearly wins here. Multiple reviewers mentioned that colors stay more consistent when viewing from the side. One Amazon customer specifically mentioned their kids could watch from the kitchen counter without the picture looking washed out. The Hisense uses VA panels, except the 75-inch model, which traditionally have narrower viewing angles. Several customers complained about this, especially for group viewing during sports or family movie nights. The 75-inch model uses an ADS Pro panel with better viewing angles, but that's just one size. Winner of the round is the TCL for family viewing and wider seating arrangements. Both TVs target gamers with 144 Hz refresh rates and low input lag, but the implementation differs significantly. I spent time analyzing gaming reviews and forums to understand real-world performance. Input lag is essentially tied. Both hit around 13 milliseconds in game mode, which is excellent. But the TCL QM6K has something called Game Accelerator 288 and supports Dolby Vision gaming, which dynamically adjusts HDR for different game types. Several PS5 and Xbox Series X users mentioned noticeable improvements in games like Horizon Forbidden West and Forza. The Hisense U7N supports FreeSync and G-Sync compatible modes, which is great for PC gaming. If you're primarily a PC gamer, this gives you more flexibility with variable refresh rates. Here's what's interesting. Both TVs received 8.5 out of 10 ratings from RTings for gaming, but customer feedback leans slightly toward the TCL for console gaming and the Hisense for PC gaming. It's a close call in this round. TCL pulls slightly ahead for console gaming, but if you're a PC gamer, the Hisense U7N has the upper hand. Both TVs run Google TV, so the interface experience is nearly identical, but the connectivity differences matter more than you might think. The Hisense includes Wi-Fi 6 and ATSC 3.0 next-gen TV, which are more future-proof features. Wi-Fi 6 means better streaming performance if you have a compatible router, and ATSC 3.0 gives you access to 4K over-the-air broadcasts, something most people don't know exists yet. The TCL has slightly better HDMI implementation with more bandwidth on certain ports, but both have EARC for high-quality audio pass-through. One hidden advantage I discovered: the TCL comes with an Onkyo 2.1 speaker system with a dedicated subwoofer. Multiple customers mentioned this sounds significantly better than typical TV speakers. The Hisense has decent 40-watt speakers, but they're more standard. Hisense takes the win for connectivity and future-proofing, but TCL earns points for its superior built-in audio. This is where my research got really interesting. I analyzed warranty claims, return rates, and long-term user feedback to understand reliability patterns. The TCL QM6K is too new, 2025 model, to have extensive long-term data, but initial feedback is overwhelmingly positive. TCL's recent models have shown improved quality control compared to earlier years. The Hisense U7N has more concerning patterns. I found multiple reports of backlight uniformity issues, with some users experiencing bright spots or darker areas across the screen. One particularly detailed Reddit post showed photos of uneven backlighting that developed after 6 months. However, Hisense's customer service has improved significantly, and many issues were resolved under warranty. But the frequency of these reports is higher than with the TCL. So to sum it up, TCL gets the edge here thanks to solid early reliability and fewer reported issues. Both TVs really shine compared to premium options. You're getting mini LED technology that was reserved for 2,000 plus TVs just 2 years ago. The TCL QM6K typically runs $50 to $100 less than the Hisense U7N, depending on size and retailer. But value isn't just about price, it's about features per dollar. The TCL gives you quantum dot technology, better viewing angles, superior audio, and Dolby Vision gaming. The Hisense counters with higher brightness, Wi-Fi 6, and ATSC 3.0. Both offer excellent value, but the TCL feels like it punches above its weight class more consistently. When it comes to overall value, the TCL QM6K takes the crown. Look, both TVs are excellent for their price point, but if I had to pick one for most people, it would be the TCL QM6K. It's more consistent, has better viewing angles, superior audio, and feels more refined overall. The quantum dot technology provides more accurate colors, and the newer model year suggests better long-term support. The Hisense U7N isn't wrong choice. It's actually better if you have a bright room and prioritize HDR brightness above all else, but the quality control concerns and narrower viewing angles make it a more niche recommendation. Remember, both of these TVs offer incredible value in the mini LED space. You really can't go wrong with either choice, but understanding your specific needs will help you make the right decision. What's your room setup like? Are you leaning toward one of these TVs? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to check those updated links in the description for the best current pricing.